Hey, what's up, everybody? French here. Welcome to Talk the Field. This is episode 4, and today's topic is going to be on the ultimate 2000s to current MLB baseball lineup. The only restriction is that the majority or the prime of players' career needs to lie somewhere in the 2000s. Join with me today are two close friends of mine. I have Max Leisenring and JJ Lang. Say hi to everyone, guys.
Hello again, everybody.
What's good, my people?
JJ was on episode 3 of the podcast when we talked about the trash can fiasco.
Sure as hell was.
Feel free to go check that out if you haven't already. Max, why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself, because you're new?
Well, my name is Max, obviously. I played football and I wrestled back in high school. And I got into baseball probably when I was around a senior in high school, and I started liking it more and more. So we're giving it a good old Wayne Dega.
The good old college try. I like it. We are going to be going through 24 different positions, give our thoughts on who those players should be. Then we're going to talk it out and try and come on an agreement for the best for each position. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. For the ace, the first selection, the first starting pitcher that you guys have on your list, I'm going to go ahead and start this off. I have Clayton Kershaw.
I have Jacob deGrom.
I have Jacob deGrom.
So 2 for Jacob deGrom, and I have Clayton Kershaw. So my thought process behind this was that Jacob deGrom, he did not make my list for my top 5. And here's why. Because he's only been in the league for 5 or 6 years now. So, which is great. But I looked at Clayton Kershaw. He's been in the league for a while, and he's been tearing it up ever since. To me, there's nobody more dominant from 2000s to now than Clayton Kershaw.
But here's the thing. Jacob deGrom has been in the league for, what'd you say, 4 years about?
5, 6 years.
5 or 6.
Years? 1,255 strikeouts in 5 years.
Understandable.
That is insane. Plus, in 2018, he was the MLB ERA leader. And and he's young. He's a young kid.
I'm pretty sure he won the Cy Young last year, too.
What?
This past season.
I think he's won multiple Cy Youngs.
He's won it
actually.
multiple times.
Probably. I mean, and he's also had 30 starts, consecutive 30 starts with only 3 runs allowed total.
The dude's a monster.
He's definitely a monster, for sure.
When I was going through with my thought process, with not just picking this, but all the players on my roster, I wanted to make sure that I picked players I've actually seen play. Because I think it's a better sample size for me, especially if I don't want to go picking guys like Jeff Kent that I've never actually watched, even though he technically, statistically speaking, is the best second baseman or whatever. We'll get to that later.
Just go on
Yeah.
YouTube and watch a video.
But Jacob deGrom, I just think it's a bad rap because the Mets suck.
Mets are terrible.
The Mets are terrible. And his win-loss record is in the toilet. But his overall pitching stats, are absolutely off the charts because his team around him is just literal crap. And I think if he was on a winning team, he'd be the best pitcher in baseball. We would herald him as the best pitcher in baseball. Clayton Kershaw, who?
Oh, no doubt. For sure. The reason I went with Kershaw, I mean, he came to the league in 2008, and since then, a 2.44 ERA, which is fantastic. Over, what is that, 12 years?
Yeah,
A span of 12 years, a 2.44 ERA. When in 14, he had a 1.77. That's extremely low. I mean, he's just been so dominant, and 64 for the strikeout numbers. I think you said somewhere in the thousands.
Yeah.
12, what is that? 1255?
1255.
So it's definitely not an easy selection. I can definitely see where you guys are coming from, though, with Jacob deGrom.
I think another thing that made me go with deGrom over Kershaw is Clayton Kershaw kind of chokes when he gets to the postseason. Also, don't forget to start the stream. To start the actual gameplay.
Oh, yeah. I did this last time, too.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Jesus.
Ew, it's Chris Sale. I can see the stream this time, everybody. Unlike last week when I couldn't see it.
Garbage. Oh, my God.
All right, so for the ace, since we have like a 2-1, I guess we're having Jacob deGrom as the
Daytime
first.
baseball here on
I
MLB
didn't know
Network.
that.
Should be
I-
a good
we're
one
gonna
here
go
this
with Jacob
afternoon
deGrom, which-
between the American League All-Stars
That's
and the
I like-
local ball beasts.
Ace right there.
Two great
Very
hitters
under-
lead their
I mean,
teams to
Clayton
battle
Kershaw's
next on
just
MLB
unbelievable.
Network.
It's just-
Well, I think it's safe to say that I think it's safe to say Kershaw made all of our lists in some capacity. Oh,
Kershaw's going to be
to
on the list. Kershaw's going to be on the list
Gonna
somewhere.
be on the list.
Starting pitcher 2, I have Justin Verlander.
My starting pitcher 2, I have Andy Pettitte.
I have Roger Clemens. Sorry.
All right, we are all different here. This is going to be interesting. So Justin Verlander, let's start with him. Let's start with Justin.
Cheater! Sorry.
Garbage. No, I'm kidding.
Let's start.
He was solid. I understand why.
Justin Verlander is one of the most dominant pitchers that I have ever seen. I damn near put him as my ace.
I wouldn't put him over DeGrom or Kershaw.
He came in the league in 2006. I mean, since being on the Houston Astros, he's been so dominant. So dominant. And to me, I mean, you look at the trash can fiat. My PlayStation sounds like it's going to die, by the way.
That's what a blow up.
Keep
going.
But, shoot, I lost my train of thought here. Yeah, he's been so dominant on the Astros for, like, these past couple of years. And you look at the trash can thing, and, yeah, it's understandable, but pitchers didn't take part in that. Verlander didn't cheat. He played fair game the whole time.
Yeah, but they knew about it.
Posting ridiculous strikeouts. I mean, last year he had 300 strikeouts. The year before, 290. Like, putting up ridiculous numbers in that Houston uniform. And he's one of the only players that I do.
The Tigers, though, when he was with them.
And when he was the Tigers, he put up solid numbers too. A couple of rough seasons, but the Tigers were terrible when he pitched for him.
That's true.
He got heated that one time, and he had that insane inning where he played really mad, and definitely you should never want to piss off Justin Verlander. Plus, he's married to Kate Upton, so that's
come on.
come on. I had
What are
to
you, my
add that.
grandma right now?
I had to add that in there.
I think when I look at Andy Pettitte, when you think about...
Sorry, I had to say it.
That's what I mean. Come on now.
Honestly, yeah.
I think we just picked Verlander for a second.
Verlander's number 2 on the list.
I
Kate
wouldn't get
Upton.
to say anything about Roger Clemens, Mr. Major League Baseball All-Century team over here, even though that happened before the 2000s. But, you know,
That's still a thing.
still, he's in the league.
My reasoning for picking Andy Pettitte is when you think about all-time Yankee great pitchers, Pettitte's up there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's multiple, almost a Super Bowl. Oh my God, multiple MVP winning, not MVP winning, multiple World Series champion. I'm sorry, with Jeter and all those guys. He's just one of the overall best pitchers we've ever watched play.
Definitely.
And I'm not saying it's because he's a Yankee. It's just a proven fact.
He was definitely solid when he played for the Yankees.
The fact that he hasn't made it the Hall of Fame yet, which I'm pretty sure he's eligible, is a slap in the face. He definitely should be in there by now.
So, Andy Pettitte was definitely a solid pitcher for the Yankees for a long time. He did not make my list because in my opinion, I've seen more dominant pitchers than Andy Pettitte. He pitched a long time.
Yeah, he did.
Very long time. Came in 1995, was it? Yeah.
What, 2010? Oh my God.
Yeah,
He lasted
Roger
a-
Clemens was in the league
2000
from
he-
84
To when?
Yeah.
2007.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yep. He
Yeah,
played
that's
old.
another reason why I picked
How
him.
old was he when he retired? Do you know?
He was in his 40s.
Yeah, but here's the thing, like,
He came when he was
if you're
12?
in the league for that long, you're so conditioned.
Oh, your
which
stats
makes
will
you
just go
good.
through. Oh, yeah.
Your stats will go through the roof.
It's
but the other
experience.
thing is, it's the experience, but it's also proof showing that these older guys, they're still good. They can still keep going multiple innings at a time.
Baseball is one of those sports where older players can thrive.
Absolutely.
It's not a young man's game.
Well,
You can still be an older dude and
that's
rough.
bowling.
Mike Trout, and he could
Yeah,
get
it's
some
true.
guys
Bowling
in
is
Drive. And golf.
Lord.
Let's try and come up with an agreement on this number 2 slot because it's not easy. In my opinion, I can't move on until Clayton Kershaw or Justin Verlander are in this slot for number 2.
I'll put Kershaw too, because Kershaw's on my list.
Kershaw's not on mine, but I can agree with why. I don't know why I really didn't.
Kershaw's my 4, but I can put him at 2. That's fine. I can agree on that. How did you not put Clayton Kershaw on your list? That's blowing my mind right now.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Let's move on to starting pitcher 3. I have Max Scherzer.
So do I.
You have Max Scherzer
I got
at 3 as
Scherzer
well?
also.
Roy Halladay.
Okay, Holladay's on my list, but he's my 5th pitcher.
My 5th is.
They can't start swinging at everything.
Roy Halladay did not make my
They'll start
list.
flipping up the rosin bag. They have to sit.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Well, I think we can put Scherzer at 3.
I think it's safe to say Scherzer is going to be at the 3.
We can put Scherzer there because Scherzer's an absolute beast.
My thing
That guy, that dude lit it up during the World Series this past year. He was unstoppable in those games.
My thing is,
Here's
I
a moment
can't.
where you gotta be a great team.
I think Verlander's better than Scherzer.
I would highly disagree with
I
that.
don't care what it looks
I
like.
think as a
Verlander goes deeper into games. Verlander throws 100 in the 9th inning.
yeah, but so can Tanaka, but he's not better than
Tanaka can't throw 100.
Tanaka can go at least 7-8 innings though. He can go deep.
Tanaka only plays like 6 innings a game. They take him out. They pull him.
I've seen him go long, but I mean,
What I'm saying though with Verlander is that he goes consistently 8-9 innings every single outing. And I mean the only reason I didn't put Garrett Cole on this list was because
he's been out long enough.
he hasn't been in the league long enough. But he's just like Verlander in that sense. When you talk about dominance, you look at guys like DeGrom, when they can go deep into games and get you those strikeouts, get you those.
Literally on the worst team possible.
Well, yeah, but they're out there pitching for 7, 8, 9 innings. Like, for me, for those guys to not be up there for proving their dominance in the league, that's where I went with these selections. That's why Kershaw's up there because he goes deep into games. That's why Verlander's up there. Scherzer goes deep into games too.
Scherzer, I think the thing that puts Scherzer over Verlander for me is the fact that Verlander, when he first came into the league and for a good while, was really strong.
Yeah.
He was really good. And then there was a period of like 4 years, I want like 3-4 years, where he really kind of struggled. And yes, it was because of the Tigers, but it's also, again, look at Jacob deGrom. His numbers are consistent, but they lose because the team can't hit. But with the Tigers, it was Verlander just stunk, and the team just stunk too. It didn't matter. So for me, it was, and then of course he rebounded 1 year, and they ended up trading him to the.
I love his smile, man.
He does have 2 different colored eyes too.
Holy crap!
You guys didn't know that?
Oh my God! It's like, I'm so off track right now. What about my glass eye?
No, they're 2 different colored eyes.
That's weird.
It's like a 0.01% chance of having it or something. Okay, Bobby Boucher.
But Scherzer's quality never really dipped. He's been consistent for most of his career. Like he's had a couple seasons where he peaks and he spikes. But for him, there was never the Verlander moment of over 4 years and I was just absolute garbage.
Scherzer didn't have like a really good season until 2013. He might have won the Cy Young that year too. That was when both him and he came to the Tigers in 2010, but didn't play well until 2013. That to me is why I put Verlander over Scherzer. Because Scherzer was not good at the start. He's been really good these past few years, but so has Verlander.
Well, to me, Scherzer just picked it up. I mean, again, I know I just said about Scherzer being consistent, but like he is to me, looking at these stats now, he has only ever improved. He has only really gotten better as we go on.
Standing in, Cal Ripken.
Verlander, like I said, he has a bunch of strong years and then he just dips.
Where's the dipping happening?
Trying to see right now. Was right.
He had 1 bad season, pretty much since he came up, which was
What's this
14.
final column on the end? Is that ERA?
That's ERA. That's what I'm looking at right now. ERA is the most important to me.
All right, so I guess I was kind of wrong. Then. That 2017, that's ridiculous. The ERA was 1.
I mean, he only played 5 games.
That's true. Oh, that was with Houston. Never mind. So you got to kind of put them together.
Yeah, which is still a really good ERA.
That's
He
still
played
solid.
insane with Houston.
All right, so I'm still not putting Verlander on my list. I got my list solidly locked.
So can we?
Fouled away.
No, Roy Halladay had a 20 perfect game.
Roy,
for MLB.
Roy Halladay will be on this list by the end of it.
He'll be probably the last spot.
So are we putting Verlander at starting pitcher 3?
Yeah.
Grounded weakly down the line toward third.
Halliday, really?
I would
On
not
to
put him
first, and there were
last
2 down.
Oh, that's where he was on mine. I mean, I don't really think I ranked these very well, but
All right, Justin
That's why
Verlander.
I had to
Shipper
flip
Jones.
one of them.
First cuts for him.
We got to get moving with this.
we'll be fine. We'll take a little while. It'll be fun to sit and listen to. Okay.
We'll take a 5
The
minute.
true fans of the Talk the Field podcast will actually sit and listen to this guy. That's how you know the true believers.
Honestly, you kind of got to put in social media.
I can't speak from experience, but that's got
That
to
would've been
feel
helpful.
good right there. Throwing
Well,
a
the thing,
nasty
I only go
changeup
live
first pitch,
because
he gets to swing
it's
and a miss
easier
on
because it
it.
just
Now
already
he pretty
automatically
much opens
uploads
up
after I don't have to.
Ah, the Beanpole Chris Sale on the mound over here, huh?
Yep.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Starting pitcher 4. I'm throwing out my first curveball. I have Zach Greinke.
Get out. Clayton Kershaw's my 4.
Clayton Kershaw's your 4.
Randy Johnson.
Granke, I
Even
don't
though he
know.
let that one go,
Really?
you know that's
Randy Johnson was a relief pitcher.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
He was a
He's
starter.
a starting pitcher? Oh, God, I have this really bad then. Okay, never
So
mind.
he's probably not
All right.
throwing
Oh,
that one.
Jesus Christ. You have Randy Johnson in your reliever.
I think I put him in a relief on accident.
No, did you
I've
really?
seen him close games before. Randy
All
Johnson.
in full 9 innings.
No, I watched him get put in as a closer before.
Let me see here.
I mean, maybe. Maybe if he was like unhealthy, got hurt, and then they were
Could
trying
be.
to warm him back up, so they were putting him in as a reliever or a closer.
He definitely relieved a couple times.
Came to the game in '88.
Lord, he was in forever.
Yeah, 2009.
Ended in 2009, but he played horrible.
He was 4.88. Good Lord.
2004 was his best year. He got the Cy Young that year.
3-2.
I gotta commend him for
What
being
was his
a really
best
tough out right
strikeout year,
now.
though? I do
Not
wanna see
everyone
that.
will battle like this with 2
Best
outs and nobody
strikeout
on.
year.
Kid.
308, 364,
On the
372, 372. Oh my God!
I mean, hey, he has
No score. You're on MLB
4,875 strikeouts.
I mean, the dude's an absolute
Here's-
machine.
They called him the big unit for a reason. This dude was 6'10". I personally really like Randy Johnson.
Speaking of big
He-
units, Judge is hitting right now.
Randy Johnson would have made my list if we were talking about the 90s.
Yes, I agree with that.
we should do an all-time team.
We should definitely do an all-time team. I'd definitely be down for that. But we're talking 2000s to now. Randy Johnson does not make my list.
No.
There's not enough of a sample size there.
Yeah,
Only a
starting?
couple. There was 3.
2001, 2004,
2000.
2002, even 2000. Those were all insane years for him.
Those are insane years. But
Those are his best years.
It's a
If
ball
you look
and
at,
two
those
strikes
are
now to
some of
Aaron
his
Judge.
best years.
Yeah, but
I'm
a majority of his
right here. I have to take a
strength
step
came in the
out and
90s.
adjust my batting.
Yeah.
that was when he was like
Because that was 3
pulverizing people. He really didn't.
Not to mention 2001. He was 37 years old
yeah.
Good Lord.
when he put up 372 strikeouts.
My God.
He
Yeah.
played until he was 45. That's ridiculous. But anyways, I'd put Roy Halladay over Randy Johnson. But to me, we still haven't put Scherzer on this list. That's who I want to.
We put Scherzer on there.
No, we put Justin Verlander on there at 3.
Oh, okay. Scherzer should be on there. We all.
I think Scherzer should be 4, and then we can put Roy Halladay at 5.
I had Halliday at 5, so that makes sense. What are you screwed up on 5?
So starting pitcher 4, we have Max Scherzer.
He has got an absolute hand.
I agree with it.
I can live with that.
And starting pitcher 5, do we want to do Roy Halladay? We didn't
Yes.
talk much about him, but
CC Sabathia?
I had
Yeah,
CC,
no. You're smoking crack on that one, dude. I don't know what
I
you're
had
thinking.
CC at 5.
No. No.
All right, we're gonna talk about that actually for a little second. 'Cause
No.
This man throws hard and he's fat.
Look,
Okay.
look. I love CC Sabathia. He was one of my favorite Yankees of all time. He wore out his welcome real quick, and after I want to say 2009, he really lost a lot. Like his speed, he lost a lot of speed, and he started getting rocked afterwards. Who's the Brewers? Really?
Yeah, he played with the Brewers
Oh my
for a
God.
year. So the thing that I really liked about CC Sabathia, I put him on this list because I liked how he changed his game. Because it's not easy to transition from a flamethrower into like a finesse kind of pitcher, and CC did a really good job at that, in my opinion. Because CC went from this dude threw 100 miles an hour back when he played with Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
And I think he was throwing about 96, 97 for his first couple of years with the Yankees, but then he had some injury and he had to change his
A lot of
game.
back problems. No, he just got old.
Yeah.
And he didn't have the strength anymore. He just couldn't put enough heat on it.
Yeah, but he developed a good changeup. But I think we got to put Roy Halladay at number 5.
Yeah. I mean, again, I love CC to no end. He does not belong in the top 5 best pitchers of
guys made it on there.
from 2000 to 2020. There's no way CC ends up on the list. I'm sorry. I don't like that at all.
All right, so our starting rotation is all set with DeGrom, Kershaw, Verlander, Max Scherzer, Roy Halladay. That is a championship rotation right there.
Death right there.
You could throw Fozzie Bear behind the plate at catcher, and these guys are throwing heat, and we're getting strikeouts, boys.
The frog here to help commentate this.
Oh, waka waka.
We sound so stupid right now, it's not even funny. Who cares?
All right,
though? We're having fun.
the closer, the closer. There should only be one.
Max, if you didn't
Closer
pick
on
Mariano
here.
Rivera, I'm gonna hit you as hard as I possibly can.
He's in my relievers.
What the hell is wrong with you? Dude, he's the first ever unanimous selection to the Hall of Fame. When you think closer, you think Metallica's Enter Sandman with him walking out of the freaking bullpen like the Terminator about to go on the mound. Like, he's that good. I don't like. When I was making this list, there was a couple guys that instantly made it, and Mariano was one of them.
Well, I do have Craig Kimbrell.
Craig Kimbrell's
No.
very good.
I'd put him in relief as a reliever, definitely. I would never put him as the best as a closer. Mariano's your dude when it comes to that.
Mariano pitched 19 years in the league.
So that may have been one where he was trying to get him to
He's
chase
not for a
up
while.
above the zone.
Let's see here. He posted a 2.21 ERA for his career.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Pitched almost 1,300 innings. Gave up less than 1,000 hits. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah, but Craig Kimbrell had a 2.08 ERA, which is absolutely insane. Plus, he has pitched an immaculate inning, which is, what, 9 pitches with 3 strikeouts, correct?
I believe so.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, enter the Sandman. That's all I'm going to say.
Career-
I don't think you can put him above
So
Mariano.
looking at Baseball Reference right here, there's a gold highlight over some numbers. It says career totals indicate an all-time career record. This is all-time. He leads for games finished for 952. So he was a closer. 652 saves. That is the all-time leader, all-time high. And then just 205 earned runs
That's
for his entire career.
It is ridiculous.
19 years, just 200 earned runs. He's got to be the closer. There's no other
yeah.
option.
Sorry, Max. We're going to go majority
Well,
rules.
I have Mariano Rivera on my relievers.
Thank God.
You guys might honestly get mad at my
Through an
first
inning
reliever,
in
but
two-thirds right now.
If it's someone from the Astros, you're going to get smacked. I'm just letting you know. I'm violent today,
I
man. I'm
don't think
liking
I put
this.
anyone. I think I might have only had one Astro on here, and it is not Jose Altuve.
Thank the Lord.
All right.
Actually, wait. I don't even think I have. No, I have one.
All right.
And a miss as he
All right.
chased with 2
Who else
strikes,
we got for-
and that
We're
will
gonna
be
We have
Raiders.
bullpen number 1. I have
Go
K-Rod,
to the bottom of the second.
Francisco,
Billy Wagner.
Francisco Rodriguez.
My first relief pitcher is Jonathan
Now
Papelbon.
at the
Jonathan
plate, Mike
Papelbon, he
I have
also
him as
made
third,
my list.
but
He's my
I
third
have
as well.
Billy Wagner is my first.
Billy Wagner was very good. He pitched mostly in the 90s, though.
Yeah, he pitched all the way until 2007, and he still did well throughout the 2007.
First off,
Maxie Boy went with a lot of 90s guys that had late shades.
They had
into the
late shades,
2000s.
but they were still good in those late shades.
Definitely, for sure.
You said, I remember before this podcast, I remember before this,
I know I said it.
Effort here as he gets a glove on it.
and you stated it was just they had to be good in the 2000s. He was still good in the 2000s,
Oh, yeah.
just as good as he, or not just as good as he was in the 90s,
Riding
but
into
you
the
know, he
box,
was still good.
Jeff Bagwell.
For sure, for sure.
Started in 95, ended in 2010. That's 15 years in the league. It's
Yep.
not bad.
Pretty solid.
pretty solid overall. 2.31 ERA for his career.
Take a look at ball one.
Kimbrel's on my list. Kimbrel's on my list. We can put Kimbrel on there.
I don't know that Kimbrel made mine. Kimbrel did not make my list.
You were screaming at me earlier saying, put Craig Kimbrel on your list or something like that.
No, he's screaming at me for it.
That's right.
You know what? Fine, I will.
No, but you had Kimbrel at 1 the whole time, though.
Yeah, and you guys are gonna be shocked.
Let's talk.
My freaking bench players. You're gonna laugh so hard.
Let's talk about Francisco Rodriguez real quick. This is why
Oh, the Phillies.
he played for a while, from 2002 to 2017, prime in the midst of the 2000s, posting a 2.86 ERA with a couple of bad seasons that pulled that down. He put up 437 saves. Let's see here. Where was the strikeouts? Put up 1,142 strikeouts.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. That is definitely a lot.
I didn't think it had the height to even clear the fence. Shows you how much I know.
He had 10 and a half strikeouts per 9. They didn't call him K-Rod for nothing. Let me see.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
There's definitely a reason for
But then,
that.
you know, there's still Billy Wagner in there with he averaged 11.9 strikeouts in 9
Undoubtedly one of
innings.
the best hitters in the sport, and it
As
doesn't
a
matter
reliever.
right-handed or left-handed pitching.
But he was
he's
in
one
the
of the
90s.
threats with a bat in his
So
hand.
what?
Billy
You're
Wagner
still
was-
good in the
Pitch
2000s.
gets the
but he was
outside.
stronger
It's
in
a
the
cold
90s, though.
strike.
Yeah, but he was still. It's something that's still hard to maintain when you're older.
I'm
That's
cool.
true.
I'm cool with K-Rod not being the number 1 bullpen slot, but he's got to be in there somewhere.
Yes, I agree with that.
Let's talk. Let's come back to it.
The number one, unless
Number 2, I have Aroldis Chapman, the Cuban missile.
Craig Kimbrel.
Make the play for the first out of the inning.
When we talk about dominance at the closer position,
All right, let's check out the American
Yeah,
League
that's true.
All-Stars on
it's Aroldis Chapman. This dude's throwing 104 miles an hour.
He was gonna make my list
Big League Baseball.
What prevented you from that? I'm curious.
because I knew no one would put up Billy Wagner, an older guy. That's why I was like, someone's gonna. I was either like, you both are gonna put him on there, or one of you's guaranteed to put Chapman on there.
I didn't put Chapman on my list.
You didn't put Chapman?
No. Betances made my list over Chapman, because for me, I see Chapman more as a closer, and for me it was Mariano was my closer, and I'm like, there's no spot for Chapman.
So here's the thing, in terms of that,
One out, nobody on.
relievers can be
1.5. Jesus! Oh my
Yeah.
God!
yeah.
0.89.
That's 28 games,
Dude,
dude.
he's insane.
Yeah.
He's insane.
But
Pinpoint control.
no,
That was the year he played for the Cubs, and then we got him right after anyways. Or no, we traded him to the Cubs mid-season
Yeah.
for Gleyber Torres.
Yep.
And then we received him in free agency back.
No,
One of the
no.
smartest.
They traded him to the Cubs. They win the World Series, and then we traded and got him back in the offseason.
We didn't lose like
We
anybody.
didn't lose anybody.
That
If
was the
anything,
smartest like
we jumped
GM
a bunch of
decision.
crappy.
Brian Cashman is a genius for that.
He's just a genius in general.
He is a genius in
we're
general.
still allowed to call the Yankees the Bankies even after the whole salary thing.
Drilled to the right
Yeah.
For,
side.
for me, I can't.
They still got $8 billion left. Who cares?
For me, I cannot move on without Chapman being on this list. I cannot move on without Chapman being in here.
Here's my thing. If you're going to talk relievers,
I consider closers relievers, but
I would.
here's the thing.
Mariano Rivera.
For the positions that I have Ace, then starting pitcher 2, starting pitcher 3. They're all starting pitchers, but Ace is the guy that you send out there when you need him most.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing with the closer. Any reliever can be a closer,
That's why for
but you
me,
put your best out there at
for me, Chapman, if you need some guy to go out there for one inning and literally shut the offense down, he's your dude. If you need someone to last like 2-3 innings,
It's not him.
you're going to want to go Betances. That's why I went Betances.
But Betances did not make my list. I don't think he should have made yours.
Did he make yours, Max? Betances? Still on Betances?
What the hell's that?
He has Papelbon.
I'm taking that as a no.
Rivera and Wagner are my relievers. But I kind of switched Craig Kimbrel.
He only has 2
because
relievers, right?
I mean, Kimbrel's
I
on
have
mine,
3.
too.
No, I have 3. Look at this. That's 3 relievers and a closer. Did you read my paper?
Set. Here comes the
There's 3
1-1.
relievers there.
And this one runs a little too far in. Ball 2.
Somebody read, please. Oh, but there's 14 comments.
Right up here.
14
Closer.
comments.
We gotta check the YouTube stream now. We gotta see what people are saying.
I will definitely check the YouTube stream
There
real
was a
quick.
comment?
I'm pretty sure my brother's watching right now. So he's probably him lightening up with something stupid.
Guys, we're famous.
What's up, Anthony? If you're watching,
Hi, Mom.
taking a quick break to see what people are
Might be
saying.
like-
Let's see if anybody has any opinions so far. Let's see if anybody said anything.
Anthony Lang, JJ, shut up. Sabathia doesn't throw hard. I think I'm the only one watching this. Not that hard, buddy.
That's
You guys could
that's
be
Anthony and
commentators for
Trevor.
a major league.
Leave them alone.
What's up, Trev? What up?
For Major League, like the movie, yeah.
Dude, Rick Vaughn's on here somewhere, I bet.
Imagine
Jake
using
Taylor's
AL
probably there
versus
too.
NL.
That's him and his brother. That's him and his
I
buddy.
wanted to put Bobby Boucher on my list, but you guys.
He plays
no.
football.
That's the point. It's funny.
All right, so we all have Papelbon on here.
Yes.
We all have Mariano Rivera on here.
Yes.
I think Chapman needs to be on this list somewhere.
I will submit Chapman. I will give up Batanzas if you put Chapman up. That's fine.
Okay.
As long as we keep.
Let's go with Papelbon for bullpen one because he's on all of our lists.
I think we've got it 3 then. Because we've got Papelbon, Kimbrel, and Chapman. That's
I'm
fine
putting
with me.
Chapman over Kimbrel.
That's fine. That's okay. Because I think Chapman's better than Kimbrel in the long
All right, so we just did a lot in a very short amount of time.
All right.
We got Papelbon,
here's the
Chapman,
thing.
and
I
Kimbrel.
think when it comes to hitting, we're gonna have a lot more of a conversation.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That,
yeah.
So honestly,
Hitting's
I was
better.
kind of hoping I'd go a little quick.
All right.
Because
Zach,
you guys are
do-
gonna get mad at my way.
Do you want to start at catcher and go around the ring, or do you want to start at first base and build the catcher?
We're starting at catcher.
Okay.
Yadier Molina.
No.
Buster
Posey.
Buster Posey
Yadier
is one of my
Molina
bench
will be
players.
my bench.
Buster Posey.
I have it the other way
Wow,
around.
we are all switched on.
Yadi's not even on my list.
Yadier made up my list.
Posada's my backup. Posada's my
here's the
backup.
thing.
Yadi's my Yanni somewhere
Buster
else.
Posey, Rookie of the Year 2010, MVP 2012, 4-time All-Star, and he has 3 Silver Sluggers.
When was the last time you heard Buster Posey's name? Think about that for a second.
Today,
La-
I just said it.
No.
A couple weeks ago when he commented on the Astros thing. That was the last time I heard.
When was the last time you heard about him doing something good in the MLB?
A couple years ago.
It's been a while.
Yeah, but
It's been a
When was the last time
But-
Yadier Molina did
but-
anything meaningful?
hold on. His prime was the whole 2000s era.
Oh, yeah.
He was the catcher for the longest time.
Oh, yeah.
Yadier Molina, he's on there in my bench, but he's the only one in my bench that makes sense. So.
Oh, yeah. He's also
Everyone else,
an
I kind of like this guy.
He's also an absolute. He's just a great dude in general. Like I think that's how he
batting
is.
average. That's good.
Buster Posey's just a good dude in general. Like he's got good character. Like I know it doesn't mean anything, but like it means something to me. Obviously, putting him on the list.
Here's the other thing with Buster Posey. Consistent one-team player.
Yep. He didn't bail or
Same
anything.
thing
He
with
wanted to get paid.
Yadier Molina.
NFL, excuse me.
Well, yeah, but Yadier Molina hasn't.
I think he's on the same team. Yeah, he's same thing.
Since 2004.
Yeah, but when was the last time you heard of Yadier Molina besides I'm at the All-Star game pulling my phone out and taking selfies with the umpires behind the plate?
Yadier Molina has been if we're talking about true catchers, Yadier Molina has been easily the best defensive catcher of all time. I will throw that out there. How many catchers do you know can throw people out from their knees consistently? Throw out Billy Hamilton from their knees. Who else can do that?
That's hard.
Who else can do that? Nobody.
Buster Posey.
Buster Posey.
Buster Posey can do that.
Here's the
He
thing.
has done it before.
But Buster Posey, he was a good hitting catcher, but he was a decent defensive catcher. He was never. I don't think he won a Gold Glove.
What was?
Did
No, he got close.
He got close. Yadier Molina has been a Gold Glove catcher pretty much his entire career.
Yeah, that I understand. He has 9 Golden Gloves. He's 9-time, and 8 of them were consecutive years. What was it? 2000.
I don't know.
All I know is his last one was in 18.
Not
Yeah,
to
but-
mention posting many 300 seasons. So is Posey. But all
Posey got a couple
around,
rings though.
that is all. Yadi has a ring. Yadi has 2 rings, doesn't he? No, he has 1.
He got one.
He has one.
Posey got a couple.
Posey only has 1.
He does only have one.
They both only have 1 ring.
Did Yadier Molina get rid
Yadier-
of year?
No.
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 Did he
No.
win MVP?
I think he did win.
I don't think so.
Season?
I don't think so. I think Buster Posey is just like when you think all-time great catchers in 2000, he's up there.
Here's another
Yes,
thing.
Yachty is also, but I think Buster Posey has more of a lasting impact than Yadier Molina does.
If we're talking about a true catcher, Yadier Molina to me is that true catcher.
Don't get me wrong.
All
He's
around.
a true catcher. He's really, really good. Obviously,
Absolutely.
like 1,958 hits. That's insane for a catcher. And even 9-time Golden Glove. Like, don't get me wrong. But in my personal opinion, I think Buster Posey was the better hitter, and he was more well-rounded than Yadier Molina was.
Well, that doesn't make him more well-rounded. I think Posey might have a
The two
slight
giant
edge.
diamond rings in his hand.
He only has one ring.
Posey?
Posey
Yes.
has one.
I think he has two.
Posey has one ring.
Oh, they made it the one year got beat. That's what it was. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking, right? He went twice, he only won once.
Posey
Unless I'm talking on my ass right now.
Posey fell off right after his prime. Yadier Molina has started to fall off because of his old age. That's the other thing.
Good.
But let's go back to that for a second. I still want to try and make a case and convince you guys on this. I know it's the first position.
Yeah, come back to it, because I'm pretty sure we might agree on first base.
No one's talking to me about freaking Jorge Posada. Is nobody remembering Jorge Posada right now?
I love
Are
Jorge.
you kidding me? You're a Yankee fan who knows who Jorge Posada is?
Listen, I love Jorge Posada. Don't get me wrong.
Stop.
When you said Jorge, I was like, I didn't hear that.
I love Jorge Posada. Let's move on from that, please.
Okay, can we go to first base, please?
But to me, he's not better than Posey and Yadier Molina were in the
Let's
2000s.
come back
One
to
second.
catcher.
We'll come back. We'll come back. To
I want to
we gotta
make
move
one
on.
comment real
First
quick.
base.
The only reason, one of the reasons I put Jorge Posada on my list is I can tell you right now, if you walk into an office building and you walk down a hallway and go hip hip, some dude is gonna go back Jorge back at you after that Sports Center commercial.
Oh my
I'm willing
gosh.
to put money on that.
Oh, I think I honestly could have screwed up somewhere. No, I did. I'm good.
All right, let's go to first base. Let's go to
Albert
first base.
Pujols. There's no.
Yeah,
discussion.
Albert Pujols.
The
Albert
most
Pujols.
respected player in MLB history.
That dude is the living embodiment of a freaking tank.
3-time National League MVP.
That's the other thing. Why don't we call Pujols and ask him who the best catcher of the 2000s is?
Yeah, because that's not biased though. Like, he played with Yachty. He didn't play with Buster Posey, you jerk.
He had the inside scoop. I don't know what you're talking about, JJ.
That's like calling Captain America and going, who's better, Bucky or Robin? Oh, Bucky's better, yeah, because he was your sidekick, dude.
Second base, I have Robinson Cano.
So do I.
A non-executed pitch on the internet.
Do we just agree on two?
Robertson Cano.
And let's get out of the way right now. We all have Derek Jeter as shortstop. Let's move on to that immediately.
Oh yeah, we already know.
If you don't think Derek Jeter is the best shortstop from the 2000s, 2020, you're high.
My dad
What?
made
You're
an
high.
argument of someone who, for all time, who
Cal
was better.
Ripken Jr.
No,
Yeah.
no.
all
Jeter's
time.
better than him.
Defensive stats wise.
Don't care. Jeter's better than him. Jeter's lasting impact is so much better.
Wait, that was before the 2000s. Let's stick to this.
Let's go to third base. Mine is interesting. I have Miguel Cabrera.
Nolan Arenado.
Let me find my third base. David Wright.
No.
David Wright. Interesting.
Nolan Arenado.
Nolan Arenado was recent though.
Why did I put him on?
Yeah, but Nolan Arenado is the human equivalent of a brick wall.
I used
Nothing
to
gets
call
by
him
him.
Norland Armadillo because he was so damn slow.
Yeah, but there's a reason why every team in baseball is trying to trade for him right now.
I agree. But also look at Miguel Cabrera.
Miguel Cabrera is somewhere else on my list.
He's on your bench.
Cabrera
There.
made my list.
Really?
That's a topic of discussion for another time.
Oh my God.
No, it's because my bench, hold on. My bench is kind of a little bit of a meme because you guys
Don't go into it yet. Wait.
To me, when I look at this, I'm looking at Nolan Arenado's stats. He wasn't anything until 2015. And even still, he wasn't his best until 2017. He's been a great defensive catcher.
That's why I went with defense.
He's been a great defensive catcher for his whole career. But Miguel Cabrera,
I'm asking you, I'm going to give you right now. If you put Miguel Cabrera at third base in his prime and put Nolan Arenado right now at third base, and you hit a ball that was kind of away from him, who's going to get it?
I don't
Quick
think
thing.
Arenado's getting it.
Arenado's going to get it. I'm not talking about
Miguel
defense.
Cabrera, that's my thing is Miguel.
His offense is so good it makes up for his bad defense.
Are either of those guys in the 30-30 club?
Here now the 2-2.
I don't think so.
It's laid off and the count runs.
David
full.
Wright.
A lot of times you see guys in the middle
Thir-
of the order
30-30
get
club
blown away,
is
but
home
not
runs
right
and
here.
stolen bases,
They're
right?
keeping it
Yep.
inside on him.
That was earlier in his career. In Miguel Cabrera,
Yeah,
I don't think Cabrera's stealing bases at his weight.
no, he's definitely not.
Oh,
But
Jesus Christ, no.
we're talking about a player
I just looked
who's
away.
posting up 477 home runs in his career.
Yeah, David Ortiz can hit, but he can't field to save his life. So
Doesn't matter. I'd still throw him at first base if he was going to put up numbers like
hey,
that.
look, there's a perfect example of why I picked Nolan Arenado. Looking back at the Yankees this past offseason, or not past offseason, a couple seasons. There was a couple times when, no, not this past, 2 years ago, 2018, when they were in the postseason, they benched, no, so they didn't bench it. They pulled Miguel Andujar in the last couple innings of every postseason game, and they put Hechavarria at third. Why? His defense was better. They were already winning. Who cares? We don't need to hit anymore. We need to just sustain and not let anything through. Defense wins championships. Yes, I'm a dad. Shut up, Max, and you're about to make that comment at me. If
No, I
you
was
can't,
actually kind of watching that.
I don't even care if you could hit balls to no end. Like if you could hit like baseballs to out of the park. If you can't stop the ball from getting past you, your team can't win.
We're not talking about any Joe Schmo here throwing at third. We're talking about Miguel Cabrera. What is so hard about
Miguel
this?
Cabrera's on my bench. I'll put it right
I'm
now.
letting you two argue because David Wright's not going anywhere.
I'm sorry, but David Wright was good.
Pulled an
But
argument. You guys must be like, shut up.
Well, no, try argue him. Go ahead.
the men are talking right now.
The men are
Yeah, I'll
talking.
let the guys who know more about baseball.
So it's a
than
run
me.
on three.
I
Makes
wasn't
no errors
huge
and
into
2 men
baseball, so
left on.
probably.
Well, David Wright isn't one to just be discounted. Like you really have to think about him.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't discount him, but we're talking about the best. We're talking about the best player for the last 20 years. The last 20 years, not someone who's been good for the past 3.
You guys don't even know.
That's
Left
No, I'm
base.
sorry, I was thinking about third base.
Left
I was thinking
base.
about third base, and I was
Oh,
like
boy.
looking at my left field.
I know
and was
exactly
looking
who's
at
in left field for you. I'm not. Let's wait on that.
You're not gonna agree.
No.
one's
Can we
gonna
please
agree,
just
and
throw
I
Miguel
understand
Cabrera
why.
at third base, please?
As long as you agree to put Nolan Arenado on the bench, I'm fine with it. I will secede that point.
We will come back to it. Miguel Cabrera is going at third base.
Fine. Whatever.
What do you mean, whatever? Come on, please tell. You're going to sit here and tell me that Miguel Cabrera is worse than Arenado.
Defensively, yes.
Obviously, he's worse defensively. But we're talking about a guy who, in his MVP season in 2013, hit 348. When was the last time you saw that? Ever. 348 with 44 home runs and 137 RBIs. That is ridiculous. It's one of the greatest seasons. That is one of the greatest seasons I've
Yeah, and you're sleeping
ever
in a
seen.
dream where you're like
Maybe if we're
steroiding
playing
just Barry
blitzball
Bonds.
or wiffle ball, I can do that.
Blitzball.
All right, so I want to finish up the infield.
Yeah.
So we have Albert at first base, Robinson Cano at second base, Miguel Cabrera at third, and then we have Jeter at
Derek
short.
Jeter at short.
And Buster Posey a catcher.
Yes.
It's that simple.
Dude, there's 2 of us on there.
Let
Put
me
it
get
down.
one guy. God.
I'll put Buster.
Actually, wait, no, because I have first and second.
We're putting Buster Posey at catcher.
Do we want to go over our bench now for the infield before we go into the outfield?
We're gonna go to the outfield first and then do
Okay.
the bench.
Do outfield first.
That's
My
fine.
bench is gonna make everybody here laugh.
Okay. I can't wait.
It's definitely a meme.
Oh my god.
Left field's kind of a meme too.
Why don't you start, Zach, with all 3 of your guys. I'll go, and then Max can go last so we can get the ultimate laugh factor afterwards.
Yep.
So we're going left, center, right, straight up.
You
Left,
guys
center,
look
right.
at left,
Because,
center,
all right, so we can look at it this 2 ways. We can do left field, center field, right field, or we can do just 3 outfields.
I'm best to do 3 outfields. That's kind of hard to put together.
My outfielders are Ichiro, Mike Trout, and Vladimir Guerrero.
I have Ichiro, Mike Trout, Andrew McCutcheon.
You guys are
Delivery
wild.
to him on the way.
Barry Bonds, Mike Trout, Aaron Judge.
I'm waiting to hear Brett Gardner because he wouldn't shut the hell up about him.
No, I didn't even put him on there.
All right,
First,
why are you putting Barry Bonds? That's my question.
Because, first off, 514 stolen bases, baby. I don't care about the steroids. I guarantee you, even if you didn't do that, you'd still be like crushing it. Hold on.
Oh my
762 home runs.
Yeah, with a needle in his arm.
I get it, okay? God. I put him on there, one, because it was kind of funny, and two, because there was when I was in college, we had to do a golf unit, and it was the funniest thing. This kid named Colin, he was in my class, and he's literally swinging at the ball as hard as he can, and my teacher's like, wow, way to go, Barry Bonds, and I started dying. So that's the biggest reason why I picked him, because it's funny, and there's a little joke to it for me, and
So we all have Trout, right?
We all have Trout. He's in there.
Trout's locked. I mean, Trout's just a god.
Let's start by converting Max to the Ichiro trade.
Yeah, let's do that, because Ichiro needs to be on there.
Ichiro needs to be. Look at these ridiculous numbers. Since 2001 to 2019, plus he played some years in Japan. He came to the MLB at 27.
Yeah.
Played until 45.
Is he officially retired?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, he's short.
3,089 hits. That's not even including Japan. It's over 4,000, I believe.
That's nuts.
Which is ridiculous. Putting up like well over 200 hit seasons. Hitting. Where's his batting average?
3.372.
Yeah, he hit 372 in 24 or 2004. 24. Had a 311 all-time batting average for his career, which is pretty good.
Pretty good.
He had a couple of years where he fell off.
He can also jump about higher than a freaking jackrabbit can.
Played
also
defense better than pretty much anyone.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say that Ichiro is on this list. Do you agree? My friend.
I would put him over Barry Bonds.
Well, I put Barry Bonds in the joke, so yeah.
All right, Ichiro's in left, Trout's in center.
Let's talk about right.
Let's talk about right. All right, Aaron Judge is not going on the list.
No,
I mean, he's too young. I get it. But still,
he's too
he
young.
started in 2016, so he's had 3 full seasons with 110 home runs in 3 seasons.
I would put him on the bench. I put him there, personally. I'm fine with it.
Personally, I haven't seen enough out of Judge yet. I need to see him play full seasons.
Well, here's the thing, too.
He did play one full season.
He's good on offense, and he's good on defense. He has the Wilson Defense Player of the Year, too.
That's called getting your
I don't even know what that is, bro. Wilson, like Brand Wilson?
No,
no idea.
Or like the volleyball from that movie Castaway.
Did
he vote on this?
I'm sorry, Wilson. Sorry, go ahead. I screamed over you. It's my bad.
And also in, 2017, he was the AL home run leader.
And he was robbed of an MVP.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Kiss my ass over the Altuve. Sorry.
Who did you have for right field?
Andrew McCutchen.
You had Andrew McCutchen.
Who took Aaron Judge's position when he got hurt in 2018. Well, let's not forget that one. Guerrero. I don't know.
How much do you know about Vladimir Guerrero?
Not a lot.
Just being curious. I'm going to convert you to this train because he's one of the most ridiculous.
Yeah, of course you type up Vladimir Guerrero and it pulls up Vlad Jr.
Yeah. Let me
Show
pull
how irrelevant he is.
Run on 2 hits and they leave 1.
I'm kidding. I'm making a joke.
Please don't piss me off. I love this man so much. 318 for his career. We're talking 449 home runs, 1496 RBIs, just ridiculous over his entire career. He's famous for hitting awkward home runs from like bad pitches. He once smoked a double to left center field after it hit off the ground, cricket style. He hit this ball to left center field. Yeah, yeah. This dude was ridiculous. One of the hardest throwing arms this major league has had to offer. Let's see, how many MVP? He won 1 MVP, 2 MVPs, Rookie of the Year, many All-Stars. Skied into straightaway right.
I still think McCutchen. I mean,
you still think McCutchen?
I
can see where you're
saying.
coming from.
I mean, McCutchen too. Like when the Pirates before they had him, they were decent. They got him, and they like almost immediately they were a playoff contender.
That's not true.
They made the playoffs with him a couple times.
when he first came up, though, that
Yeah.
his first good year was in 2012, which was a very good season.
Here in the dirt even. It's ball one.
If I move weird, it's just like a weird.
You know what? All right, we're gonna let Max make the decision on this.
Let's
one,
do
because-
that. Let's do
All
that.
right,
Decision?
so it's
Aaron
between
Judge? All right.
it's between
Aaron
Andrew
Judge.
McCutcheon and Vladimir Guerrero.
Brett Gardner.
Okay,
Brett Gardner.
so looking at this stuff.
Give me your arguments.
All right, so Vladimir Guerrero, multiple MVPs, a ton of All-Stars pretty much every single year in his career. He hit 311 over his entire career. Let's see here. Home runs, he hit 449.
All right.
I do believe McCutcheon was a MVP in 2012, 2013. Multiple postseason appearances, pretty strong hitter, really good defensive player. Unfortunately, he's hopping around too, which is sad. But give it to Guerrero. I'm just giving up. As I'm hearing myself talk, I'm just like, there's no way I can beat him. He's just
Frenchie
overall.
just knows more.
Yeah, that's true.
If you knew more,
Vladdy.
I really could have made a decent more.
Digging in to try it again.
All right, so now we're on the bench players now.
We are on the
This is
bench.
gonna be the funniest
This is gonna
thing
be
I've ever
interesting.
heard.
All right, you go first.
Oh
I'll
wait,
go,
no,
then Max
we're on
goes.
DH.
Oh, David Ortiz.
I have David Ortiz as well.
Oh,
Big
I
Poppy.
didn't even know that was on there.
DH. Dude, Big Poppy's
Big
on this.
Poppy's on. He's my first bench player.
Then we'll give him that. Then that's fine.
Grip it and rip it, baby. That's all.
David
I gotta
Ortiz.
Say.
This is coming from a Yankees fan. I don't care what anybody
He's
says.
the greatest DH of all time.
Yes, and David Ortiz is the only Red Sox I will ever respect.
He's like Fat Luke Gehrig. That's how I kind of put it. You just
Honestly, he makes a good point with that. He's not
Fat
wrong.
Luke Gehrig. He just hits bombs.
That man is just
I mean,
insane.
besides towards the end of his career, where people literally just started to purposely walk him
Into center
because they
field,
knew he
line
could
drive
run.
base hit.
I mean,
That is very
that was-
true.
Yeah, because they had to pull him out, but that was on purpose. So.
My bench is very interesting.
We'll go to the. You
Your
go
bench
to
is interesting.
A-Rod is my first bench player.
Mine was Big
Is
Pop.
the. Why don't we go through all of our benches together
All right.
at the same time?
Who's you want to go first, JJ? Let's hear your five.
All right, my bench players are obviously Jorge Posada is my backup catcher, Troy Tulowitzki, Nick Swisher, Bryce Harper, and Miguel Cabrera.
Okay. I want to hear what you have.
Well,
You know what? Let's save that for last.
What's it for?
you're gonna laugh really hard at the last one.
I have
exactly who it is.
my benches
He really does.
are A-Rod, Joey Votto, Adrian Beltre, Posey, and Jose Bautista.
Well, since designated
That man just cracked an absolute monster
designated
shot.
hitters, since we all kind of agreed with Big Poppy, I could put A-Rod on my list. I forgot to mention him. But you know, I got Yadier Molina, Chris Bryant, Christina Yelich, and of course my favorite Yankee right now, Brett Gardner. I forgot the R, but it's Brett Gardner, baby.
Can we talk about the fact Max, for every single position, he wrote down shit after every person's name? After Gardner, he didn't write anything except "I like him."
Yeah, that's the only reason why I put him there. I like Brett Gardner. You know why? He's just a loyal Yankee and he's old, you know? I do like Brett Gardner. He's consistent.
I
He
forgot
might
about.
be consistently bad sometimes, but that's fine. He's consistent. I like Brett Gardner. When you hear the name Brett Gardner,
Brett
you're like,
Gardner's
oh,
going
Yankee.
that bench slot number one.
Brett Gardner also had that epic commercial with Greg Bird a couple years ago where he was like pretending to be Steve Irwin.
Exactly. That's why we're putting him in on 5.
I just love he throws Bergstein at him in the dugout and he's like, Gardy,
Yeah, but
I know it's
but,
you.
Like, legit, like I put 3 people on there that I thought was Yadier Molina, Chris Bryant, and Christian Yelich.
What a recent guys, damn. I mean,
For me,
Well, I was going old school, and I was like, you know what? Let's
all right. For me, the fact that A-Rod didn't make the starting lineup, he needs to be a bench player.
oh,
A-Rod needs to be. Come on, dude. He's one of the greatest of all
If
time.
was my bench, and you said A-Rod, I was like, oh my god.
I tried to keep guys who were on roids off my list. And yes, yes,
But A-Rod he was so good.
He was good
But he
before
was-
roids.
Yeah,
he only
that's
used
true.
roids towards the
That's
the
true.
later ends of his
What,
career.
last 4
It was like
seasons?
his.
something like that.
Yeah,
3 or 4 seasons.
I think Tulowitzki needs to be on there as the backup shortstop.
I can agree with that.
That
Tulo was
needs to
very
happen.
good.
Tulo needs to be on there. Because
Brett Gardner needs to be on there.
I think if you remove Derek Jeter from the 2000s and the late 2000s, Tulowitzki's the best catcher in baseball. Not catcher, sorry, shortstop in baseball.
Tulo fell
Easily.
off the face of the earth.
Where is he now?
I don't
What
even,
team is he
I think
on?
he retired.
I think he did actually.
I'm pretty sure that
He might have retired actually.
Troy
Aikman is the first thing that pops up.
Tulowitzki, yeah, he's retired.
He
Otherwise, it
retired.
would have popped up. He retired in 2017, but he
No.
came back for the Yankees for
What?
a little bit. Yeah,
He came back for a year.
Yeah.
Not 5 games. Okay, whatever. I mean,
played in 2006 was his first year. 2007 was his first good year.
Good fastball down
Yeah, he was
around
pretty
the
solid.
knees
He's
there,
gonna make
taken
my
for a
bench
strike.
now.
I'd put him on there for sure.
Tulo's definitely gonna make the list.
I think talking about Yankee outfielders, dude, Nick freaking Swisher.
I'm not.
Ultimate hype man.
No, Swisher's not going on this list.
Why?
I'm sorry.
Nick Swisher's a god.
I want this podcast to be credited. We can't go biased out here.
I don't care. He puts Brett freaking Gardner on his list.
Yep, because I like him. I straight up was being honest. I like Brett Gardner, and I told you you're gonna laugh.
I think. All right, Posada needs to be
And
on.
plus, you guys also told me before this podcast, oh, you won't put Brett Gardner on your list? Try me.
Real quick, Bryce Harper. Nobody else had him but me.
I didn't put Bryce Harper on.
I don't like Bryce
I
Harper.
kind
Why?
of like. I thought
Explain.
about Bryce Harper, but I put Chris Bryant over Bryce.
In there.
Harper.
To me,
Strike
the
one,
most
0-1.
important stat is batting average.
Christian
Okay.
Yelich, .01.
How long has Yelich been in the league, and how long has he been good? That's my question.
Yelich hasn't been in the league long enough to make my list,
That's- yeah.
unfortunately. He would make the next
Also, he
list.
played for the Marlins, and they suck.
Yeah. Bryce Harper.
No offense to
Well, there you go,
Marlins
and he's
fans.
good on the Marlins, and-
Dude, Miami gets screwed with sports teams now. The Heat are trash,
I
kind
know.
Who's
of.
that? Mookie Betts is up in there?
Oh.
Yeah.
I hope he gets hit by a pitch.
Piazza behind the. All right, let's stop watching that. But Bryce Harper, his year in 2015 was monstrous. Don't get me wrong, but putting up 249 in 2018 and 260 in 2019. Granted, he's putting up home runs. I just don't like Bryce Harper long enough. You know, I don't know. He does not make my bench.
Stepping in and
I
ready
personally
for
think
another
the past
shot.
2 years
Jose
now that I'm looking
Altuve
at it a
comes
little
into
bit.
this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
He just doesn't look dominant, right?
He doesn't look dominant, but he's still hitting home runs. 35 home
The
runs.
dude has a
last year,
bat that
34
acts like a
the year
turntable. He
before.
just flings things out there.
Here's the other thing, though. Let's talk about this. 35 home runs in today's baseball is nothing.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Because
You gotta go there.
the amount of home runs,
Throw onto the big target.
42 was good for 2015, but that was his only really good season, if you really think about it.
I think part of the reason why he made my list is there was that like him and Trout came into the league about the same time.
Just put Brett Gardner on there. It'd be funny.
No, but just though, Bryce Harper came into the league about the same time as Mike Trout did, and there was that whole battle, Harper or Trout, who's better? Now Trout's better than Harper easily.
Trout's eons better than Harper.
Oh yeah,
Eons.
but I mean Bryce Harper, he's a solid player, and he does produce offensively, not as well as other guys, and that's why he made my bench. But he produces, and he can crank home runs to no end.
Is Bryce Harper worth the contract that they're paying him?
No.
That's why he doesn't make the bench. We're talking all time since 2000. That's why he does not make it. Guys that are worth it. The guys that are worth the money that they're getting paid.
Also, let's make the point of noting the Nationals they made the playoffs like what, once or twice when Harper was there. He leaves the first season after he's gone. They won the World Series.
Hang
That was
on,
actually kind of funny.
hang on just one second. You guys talk it out.
Brett Gardner.
Now that Zach is left, no, I'm kidding. We're not putting Brett Gardner on the list. You're not stopping us. Bryce Harper's super strong.
Bryce Harper's good, don't get me wrong. But
What other guys do you have in your list?
Big Poppy, I would put A-Rod on there.
Somehow, some way.
I didn't know about the designated hitter spot. That was the one
I will secede Swisher for A-Rod.
One of those quality guys.
Swisher's not going on the list.
Come on, man.
Swisher's not making the
Give
list.
Swish the chance.
Nor
He
is
can do
Bryce
it.
Harper. I can't.
No. I'm fighting for Bryce Harper because I keep giving him every other point I have. I'm fighting for Bryce Harper.
I'm fighting for Chris Bryant, but no.
Get out. Well, here's
Rookie of the Year, NL MVP, 3-time All-Star, NL Hank Aaron Award, or A-Ron Award.
A-Ron Award.
A-Ron. I think I
This is gonna
honestly...
take way too long.
I looked at that last
Oh
night.
yeah, see where I put Aaron Judge? I put 2 capital A's. I was going to say A-Ron, but I forgot.
That's just the jokester today, apparently.
Dude, that's what I'm good at making.
This game is only in the 5th inning.
Someone.
We need to slow down for like 75 hours just to make sure we don't end the game.
All right, potty break.
If I'm being honest, I'd rather have Stanton than Bryce Harper.
No.
I would rather have... Dude, look at the numbers. The numbers. Giancarlo Stanton.
The first name was just Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo Stanton's stats.
Underrated actor, I must add. Very good actor.
Giancarlo Stanton. Not only is he putting up a better ERA, a better batting average, but he's also putting up more home runs.
And that one got a piece of him.
All right, how about this then? Why don't we put Stanton on the bench?
Over, as long as Bryce Harper doesn't make
Over
the bench,
Bryce Harper, I will put Stanton on the list as long as it's over Bryce Harper.
Stanton's going on the list then. Can you agree?
This one runs way too
Come on, buddy. We need your opinion. As long as it's not Brett Gardner.
Next.
As long as Brett Gardner's
No.
on the list.
All right, how about this? Why don't we put Brett Gardner as the honorary hype man?
Honorary hype man, dude. He got kicked out of a game for doing nothing. Okay?
That's
That's how hype he is.
He was smashing. He was smashing the roof of the dugout with a bat.
Hold on, but
That is
this was 2 plays after the refs
yeah.
sent him out for nothing. He was like,
And then
what
Boo-
did I do?
And then Trevor Bauer's
It was
going.
the coach chirping, and the coach admitted it.
That's true. Yeah, I love Aaron Boone, man.
Can we talk about Beltray? Because
Yeah, I forgot about Beltray.
Beltray needs to go on this list. Come on.
Yeah, I will. I'm not gonna lie. I totally forgot about Adrian Beltre. Why is Buster Posey on your bench?
Because I had Yadier Molina as my
I
starter.
want Brett Gardner on the freaking list.
How about no?
How about he can be the water boy?
Oh, okay, that's
He-
fine. I'm okay as long as he's on the list.
He can be the honorary bat boy.
Brett Gardner is the bat boy.
Like that one. Oh, who's the team that has a dog that is usually on the
One
list?
as this one's in on the hand.
I think that dog died.
One of the more dominant bullpen arms.
So right now for our bench, we have A-Rod, Tulowitzki, Stanton, Beltray, and we need one more. Don't have a backup catcher on there. That's what.
Posada.
You know what?
Posada.
Honestly, you guys should be proud of me. I haven't said the F-bomb once.
I am very
proud.
I
I'm very
should
proud
be
of
on
you,
the
Max.
list for that one.
Maxwell, I very much am proud of you for that.
I'm gonna make a podcast.
Troy,
All the swears.
So I still feel like I gave up Yadier Molina for Posey. I love Jorge Posada. I love him like a brother.
Oh my God, the
But-
Stephen A voice.
But to me, he's not better than Yadier Molina. I'm sorry. I can't go there.
Didn't we talk about putting David Wright on the bench?
No,
We did talk about it, but
I think he just got beat out.
I
And then I
don't.
brought up Buster Posey, or you brought up Buster
Forward,
Posey,
right
and then I
center
brought up
field.
Brett Gardner. He should still be out there.
He's the bat boy already. I put him on there.
Not that boy.
Yes, bat boy.
He is their water nutritionist.
He's the nature expert.
Exactly. Nature water.
Engineer.
The last bench spot needs to be a catcher, and to me, it's Yadier Molina. If we're ruling,
That's
I
fine.
can vouch that.
if we're
That's fine. I'm
As long
cool
as
with that.
Buster Posey's starting, I can
Yep,
go
if we got Buster Posey starting, I can give that up.
Oh look, Frank Thomas is hitting 0-0-0.
Ah, excellent.
Probably gonna strike.
Excellent.
Spike gonna start one of those new Genex commercials after this. Come get your free testosterone supplement, dudes. Your wife will love it.
let's talk
Yeah, Oliver
about.
does.
Look at how big Frank Thomas looks for never using steroids ever.
And being a computer-generated character.
Yeah, but he deadass looked like that though.
Also, quick side tangent. Tell me why all the characters, all of the avatars in MLB and the NBA video games look 900 million times better than anything Madden ever
Oh
has
my
ever
god.
Oh, yeah.
That,
I agree.
told you, I said he was gonna pop, fly, or strike out.
Oh, it was gone. I saw some
He had a sack fly. That's not going to count. He gets an RBI.
Are we talking about honorable mentions now?
The bench was the honorable mentions.
Oh, I had a couple extra players that I just didn't.
Oh, let's hear.
Oh,
it.
okay, Brett Gardner's on there. Right?
Fine. Brett Gardner's on there.
I'm curious to hear these. The fact that Nick Swisher made your bench. Who the hell is in your honorable mentions?
Okay, I put Pedroia on my honorable
Okay.
mentions. Pedroia's on there, and so is
Did Ronald Torres make your honorable
Big
mentions?
Toe Reyes. Hell yeah, he did. I love that man to no end. And Prince Fielder.
Okay, Prince Fielder.
Prince Fielder,
I like
because
that.
that dude was like watching Grimace at home runs. Like he's just a big dude that was fun to watch
If
him
I had
play.
an honorable mention,
Oh my God! Wait a minute. We have
High and deep
sorely
to
made a
right.
huge error here
Judge
What?
going
in not
back on
putting
it.
Big Sexy in our starting pitching rotation.
Oh,
What have we done?
You know, I'm
Not putting Bartolo
That guy
Colon.
just hit a second 2-run homer.
Yeah, I think the AL All-Star team is getting their booty cheeks kicked right now. So
This is just the 90s team. Bagwell almost made my list.
Judge gonna hit 2 here.
All right, now for the 2000 to 2019 double-decade team we have.
And he should have put a bow on that pitch because it was.
At the ace, we have Jacob deGrom. And starting pitcher 2 through 5, we have Kershaw, Verlander, Scherzer, and Roy Halladay.
That's pretty disgusting.
That's a pretty disgusting rotation.
yeah, it is.
For our bullpen, our 4 bullpen guys, our closer is Mariano Rivera.
Yep.
Our 3 bullpen guys are Jonathan Papelbon, Aroldis Chapman, and Craig Kimbrell. No one's hitting off of that. No one is hitting off of that. Let's go to the infield. At catcher, we have Buster Posey. First base, we have Pujols. Second base, we have Robinson Cano. Third base is Miguel Cabrera, and shortstop is Jeter.
No, shortstop is Jesus Christ and reincarnated. You think I'm
He's a
kidding?
biracial angel.
You're the Yankee Clipper. You shot Derek Jeter. We're watching that movie tonight now, aren't we?
Well, you haven't seen the other guys, have you?
No.
We're watching.
Oh
them.
my
I
God.
was hoping we were gonna watch Major League.
We can watch whatever.
We can watch both.
The outfield is Ichiro, Trout, and Vladimir Guerrero.
Yes.
Where you can't
No politics, Max.
DH, we have Big Papi.
Yep.
Our bench, A-Rod, Troy Tulowitzki, Giancarlo Stanton, Mike Drop, Adrian Beltre, and Yadier
Did you
Molina.
say Mike Drop or Mike Trout?
Mike Drop. Giancarlo Stanton's first
Oh,
name was
Mike.
Mike.
That can really be an effective.
What?
And he dropped Mike and changed it to Giancarlo. So
Are
I
you
call
serious?
Yeah. So I call him Mike Drop.
Oh my God.
Because after he hits home runs, he drops
Oh,
it.
is that a goner?
Piazza just crushed that. Holy crap.
Look, they got 7 runs now.
Oh my God, he hit it into the lumberyard.
How long was that?
Probably about 955 feet.
And the honorary team bat boy is Brett Gardner. That is a pretty
Water
solid
technician.
No, water nutritionist.
water nutritionist slash nature boy slash bat boy. He does it all except for manage the team.
Oh, you.
Oof. How about this? Why don't we talk about who we would pick as our manager real quick? We can talk about that.
The best manager of the 2000s, I would say, is probably Joe Torre, honestly.
How long did Joe Torre manage in the 2000s?
That's got to be 450 plus. 448, yeah, that's a
How
bop.
long? No, seriously, how long did Joe Torre manage for?
He was mainly in the 90s.
I would put Girardi as the big manager in the 2000s.
I would not. He only won 1 ring. He only had 1 ring. Actually, no, I don't even
No,
think
he
he
won
won.
2.
Honestly, I don't know.
He only
if
won
it's
1.
You know who Joe Girardi is?
He was the manager of the Yankees.
I know players. I don't
Let's
know.
not go with the. To me, the manager is hard because I only know Yankee managers, really,
Yeah.
realistically,
Joe Madden, too.
and Joe Madden too.
And we know about everyone's best friend, AJ Hinch. May his soul
If
forever
Barry
rot.
Bonds was my manager, he'd just be like, do the roids. But
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, basically. Now I kind of feel bad for saying that.
All right, before we end here, do we have anything else that we wanted to tell the people?
I've had a pee for
Swing and a
pass
miss.
All right, that is gonna.
I gotta talk to my friend. My friend Hunter and I also host a podcast. Zach will be on at some point. The Nerds for Hire podcast. You can check us out on YouTube. Episode 5 went up.
Nerds for Hire.
Our 5th episode went up last Friday and was what? Our 5th episode went up last Friday. We talked about Star Wars: The Clone Wars returning for its 7th and final season. We'll talk about that separately. You can come on my show if you want. Do me a favor, check that out. If anybody else on here is going back and forth, we would love some support there also.
Just wasn't able to steer it in a
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And if you think that I should start my own podcast, it would be called The Swear Jar.
Is Brett Gardner going to be your co-host?
Oh, yeah.
We got to get that collab in.
Hashtag Brett Gardner for Max's co-host. Get it rolling. We're going to get that going.
At some point, I will start it, but I occasionally do stream video games on Twitch every now and then. So if I get more views, I'll start going more and more. Mainly Rocket League and sometimes Apex.
I can vouch this man's an absolute Rocket League master. He's pretty good.
Here comes the
I'm in
0-1.
flat.
We're going super off topic here.
All
All right, that is going to do it for episode 4 of Talk the Field. We had a blast making this video, I think. I can vouch for both of you guys for that.
Oh, definitely.
Big thanks to Max and JJ here for the help. Really hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked it, be sure to leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and comment any suggestions or questions you might have. This has been your boy Frenchie. Thanks for watching Talk the Field, and peace.
I am your boy, Max.
Sixth inning.
All right.
Oh, we're still
We're
live.
still on air.
We're still